In today's video, I did a walking tour of Bucharest, Romania, which is the capital of Romania. And I got to see like the historic center of the city where most of like the government operates, and a lot of museums and music halls and shopping districts, etc. And I got to learn about the history of the country and the city by doing this tour. Afterwards, I went to the Palace of the Parliament, but unfortunately, I did not book a tour, which you need to do. So just FYI, if you plan on visiting the Palace of the Parliament, book your tour in advance. So I decided to go to the National History Museum, where I got to see a lot of historical objects from Romanian history and nice Roman replica of Trajan's column, which is pretty interesting to see it all disassembled like that. So if you're interested in history, this video is definitely probably be interesting for you. But I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you. Alright, so I'm here on the streets of Bucharest, Romania, and I'm gonna go do a history walking tour here in a bit. So I'm gonna take the bus to our meeting point. Alright, so I'm just waiting for the bus here. There's a little bus stop marker, and here we go. The bus is coming right there, bus number 69. Here we go. Alright, yeah, so you just could pay with your card, so pretty nice. Got off the bus, headed to the meetup point now. So a little bit warm today. I banged my leg on this block and I have like a giant cut on me. It's fucking nasty. Oh man, yeah, my leg, I kind of busted it. God, it's gonna be a little bit painful today, I think. I need to pay attention to where I'm walking. I guess I'm just lucky I haven't like stumbled or hurt myself earlier, so. Alright, so I want to see if I can get some bandages here at the pharmacy. Alright, so I think we're like in the main government building, so we get to learn about all this stuff here in a bit. Main government area at least, sorry. My brain's not really functioning right now. But looks like they're doing like a World Cup watch party here maybe. Let's see like the try some eclairs, I think, and a coffee, so let's see what these taste like. Alright, so we're here at the Athena Roman Music Hall here, where they have a classical music play, and it's built in the 19th century, the late 19th century, by the first King Carol, as you see there, if you look in the photo close.
The first one is that each color represents a region of the three I showed you previously. So red would be for Transylvania, yellow would be for Moldova, and red would be for, and blue would be for Wallachia. And the other meaning is that red is for sacrifice, yellow is for wealth, and the fields, we have a lot of yellow fields, fields of yellow flowers. Sorry, I mispronounced this guy's name. It's Mihai Eminescu. I totally butchered it, so this is just kind of a re-recording of that. So, a famous poet. So over there, they're doing the World Cup. Over here is the National Art Museum, which used to be like the Royal Palace, I believe she was saying. My tour guide was saying. And here is a statue of the king. And they had to redo the statue because it was taken down during like World War II or the communist period. So the statue itself of King Carol I was rebuilt. but the tail's like messed up on it. I guess she said they ran out of funds for it. Yeah, so this statue was rebuilt 2007 and 2010, and these are some of the people that built it and like the government entities that helped make it happen. But yeah, this has all the famous people of Romania here. And the M. Eminescu, I think I mispronounced his name earlier, so that's the poet there. And this is the library foundation dedicated to King Carol I. So I think they have like a lot of Romanian works of literature and stuff stored there.
Inside of this, yes. That building nowadays, it's a record house. It's a record house, but in the past, it used to be the headquarters of the secret police, of the Romanian secret police, called Securitate in Romania.
So this monument was built to honor the people who were killed during the 1989 revolution. Here's like a placard with like their names, like a bronze with their names. And even like this wood here represents the people killed. So each stump basically is like the age of the person killed. So as you can see, it just goes on and on, and there's more on that side and the other side as well, like a cross. But yeah, it's kind of devastating. It's pretty violent in '89 here whenever they overthrew the communist regime and killed Ceausescu, the dictator. So this is a famous Romanian historian who was actually imprisoned shortly after the communist regime took power and ended up dying in prison. Manu, so I cannot pronounce these names. But this is where Ceausescu used to give his speeches there on that balcony right there. So if you see any old film reel of him doing speeches, it's from there. This is the old Communist Party headquarters, which is now like the building for internal affairs of Romania right now. So they deal with internal policing, I guess. So this is like one of the few buildings that survived or churches that survived the communist area here, because one of Ceausescu's friends said he liked the church, so he decided to keep it. So just be wary when you give leaders enough power to just basically just delete stuff from history, you know, change things that they see. But yeah, it's like one of the few old churches here in the city. Yeah, so they're like closing the streets down here. It's pretty cool. I think we need to utilize this more often in Albuquerque.
It was the first theater in Bucharest. First theater in Bucharest. Nowadays, as you can see, is a Novotel hotel.
So that building there used to hold like the main radio tower, communication center. So basically held the state radio stuff. And this building was destroyed during World War II, and they just kind of remade the front bit of the facade. That's everything in this is like brand new build. I think they were trying to bomb this building and it accidentally hit the other building next to it. So yeah, not good. Wow, check this out. This is cool. Yeah, this passage is really cool. It kind of goes on and on and on. Ooh. So right now they're having a service here, the Romanian Mass. So I guess you could hear them like doing it from inside. I don't know if I'm gonna hit my head here. It looks like very okay. There you go. This is like where they have the theater, I guess. Oh my god, I'm hitting my head. Yeah. So here's like the theater. We went to the secret passage there. We have a hotel. There's like a fountain. That's a nice fountain. Just wanted to jump in there. I guess this one's actually a comedy theater, so I think it might be live. It's not like movies. I don't think. I'll double check, but I think might be a live action plays, like comedy plays. So look at there's like a statue of Mustafa Kemal, the founder of the modern state of Turkey. Current government, I guess, of Turkey. Casa Capsa here, some of like the delicacies of Romania here, all the little sweet cakes. No idea what they are, but they look really nice. I already have got like a little sweet cake this morning. And I ain't getting another one because she's looking really good. So this is the table where Mihai Eminescu would sit and write his poetry. So it's kind of, if you get a chance, this is the spot right here if you want to sit in history. So this is where the officers of the Romanian military get to hang out. This is their little club, so it's pretty nice digs. So this military club was actually used by the Central Powers, the Germans and Austro-Hungarians, to house military prisoners when they occupied Romania at the time. So yeah, they were locking up like the Russian POWs and Romanian POWs in this building.
You see, it's very smart. Like nowadays, if you would do that, nobody like now. It's too complicated. Why would you do that?
It's kind of amazing they like moved these churches on like rails back in the day. It's strange. But they saved this church too, I guess. Oh, man, having these empty streets is so cool. I think we need to try this out. This is like, Bucharest is a way bigger city than Albuquerque. I think we could pull this off, you know? This looks like a cool spot. It's like a deer. There's another passage here. Ooh, I'm gonna watch my step. I'm gonna bang on my leg again. Oh wow, the light here looks so crazy. It's like yellow. Alright, so walking down the Valley of the Kings. So this is kind of like a place where local people hang out and do the water pipe shisha. It's where they like smoke different like flavors. It's pretty cool though. I like the spray there. It feels so nice. Ah, that's so cool. I like these like covered indoor spaces like this. This is indoor-outdoor kind of thing. So this is built 1891.
And it has two arms. The one on the left is called Villa Cross, and the one on the right, the shorter one, is called Maca. It was planned to be a straight tunnel, not a rounded one. But the owner of the building in the middle, he said, "I don't care. I don't want you to demolish my building. So just make this passage around."
So this is the founder of the National Bank right here. The street's named after him. And here's the building, the Romanian National Bank or National Bank of Romania. I forget which order it is said. So the National Bank during the communist period was the site of a famous bank heist. But the people were caught shortly after. So I don't know what they're planning on doing with spending a bunch of Romanian money, but I don't know how useful it would be. Yeah, this area looks like it's pedestrianized. It's a pretty nice street though. Loads of shopping and stuff. Here's another little church here. It's just like, when I look at these buildings now, I'm like, well, was this building here originally, or did they move it by those little tracks they built, like kind of rail tracks? But this is cool. Oh wow, look at that. Wow, this is pretty incredible here. The front of this church. Oh. This is actually called the Monasteria Stavropolis. So it's the city of the cross, church and monastery. Look at that, that's incredible. Wow.
Did you see it? Yes. It looks like Aola. Yes. Floating things. I love that.
So this is where the, thank you, I don't know if they said it was like nuns or monks who live here. So I don't know, it's called a monastery. So I assume it's monks living here, but she said nuns, I don't know. That there was like women here, so maybe they're for convents, monasteries, the same thing in the Eastern Orthodox or Romanian Orthodox. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's a cool building. Oh wow, 2003. Some taxpayer dollars in here. That's cool. This is a cool French style building. It now houses the CEC Bank. But yeah, it was built like in the late 19th century. And here's the History Museum. I might come here, or I might go to the Palace of the Parliament. I haven't decided yet. Whichever one has better AC.
Okay.
Of the Palace of the Parliament. They started building it in 1984 and it got finished in 1996. So a lot later.
So this was the former residence of the rulers of Wallachia, the historical region of Romania, which all the well-known rulers such as Vlad the Impaler or Vlad Dracul was ruling from. And there's actually like in that thing, there's like a bust of him. I guess they were stopped working on this project to restore this building in 2019 due to the pandemic. Once the pandemic hit, they just kind of stopped and they just haven't got to it again. It's like some traditional Romanian clothing here. You can see like the vests and dresses and such. So this is the oldest church in Bucharest from 1550 called St. Anthony's. Yeah, the grounds here are like really beautiful. Look at that. Gardens and stuff they have here. I guess they're having a wedding in there, so you can't really look on the inside of the church, sadly. I mean, happily for the couple, I guess, but sadly for me. So this building has the old style facade here, with the wood and the stained glass. You can see up there, like the rafters, but it's a restaurant in there.
So you can see there is cobblestone and this is wood. Why is that?
It's like
So
wood
as I told you,
cobblestone.
this is the biggest caravanserai in Eastern Europe. So caravanserai means, do you know what caravan?
So this restaurant actually used to be where the caravans would come in and like camp out for the night. So they bring all their like horses and wagons in here to get fed. People would come and bathe and rest here. So it's like basically like a giant hotel for people who are traveling. So yeah, basically like the old school kind of truckers, I guess, at the time. It was kind of like a big truck stop, I guess, in a way. Caravanserai, I think is what they called it. Oh wow, it's like a human car wash. Reminds me of like a car wash, but for people. Oh, feels so good. All right, so my walking tour is over, so I'm gonna head to the Palace of Parliament now. And yeah, I'm gonna go check out this massive building. It's one of the largest in the world. I think the Pentagon's bigger than it, but it's definitely a huge building, especially for a country the size of Romania, you know. Taking the metro one stop down. There's like so many ambulances in this country. Yeah, I'm taking the metro. It's like a little bit less convenient, but underground it feels like a little bit cooler, I guess. At least I feel like it does. Alright, so I'm approaching the Palace of the Parliament. I guess there's a massive church next to it too, so it's pretty big. But yeah, this building is huge. I think the guide was saying is like 70% unoccupied or 30%. It's like one or the other. I'm not quite sure. It's like it's reversed. I'll have to double check that. But a large percentage of it is unoccupied. So regardless of whether it's one or the other, it's still a pretty good chunk is not being used. Dang, this thing is huge. Look at that. Holy smoke. All right, man, it's just getting bigger and bigger. It's a heck of a walk though. Man, this thing is huge. Holy smoke. It's crazy. They said all the materials made in Romania is mined from Romania, so everything here is Romanian made. Oh look, there's another picture of Mihai Eminescu, the poet. Alright, so yeah, so I can't go in. You have to do a special tour to actually go into the building, but I have a little exhibit here to show you. And yeah, you can see some more images of Eminescu, who I think I mispronounced his name when I first saw it, so I apologize. He seems to be everywhere though. Oh wow. These paintings kind of reminded me of my grandma Lily's paintings. It's really pretty. Yeah, these ones seem to be a little bit more chaotic, modernist. Yeah. I really like these though. All right, well, that's what you get, like poor planning. So I guess I'll have to come back to Bucharest just to see this, because I can't do a tour in the morning. I gotta leave by like 10 a.m. tomorrow for Bulgaria. So no luck today. But I guess I'm gonna try the history museum and maybe I could learn a little bit from that. But yeah, you actually have to schedule like a proper English tour or whatever language, normally English, because this is kind of like the language everyone uses to conduct business. So lucky for us. All right, man, this thing is so cool looking though. I want to explore it next time. Definitely need to come back to Romania. This country is really fascinating, honestly. There's so many places I need to come back and see again. All right, so going back to where I was this morning, I guess. Oh, it was rough. I mean, I guess it was cool to at least get a nice photo there. But yeah, I was here like a while ago. All right, so you guys get the secondary place, the history museum. So I'm gonna check this place out. All right, let's see if they have some gold here. Kind of curious. All right, that's a good sign. It says they're open. So yeah, look at this. 1894 to 1900. Looks like they got a little bit of gold here. It's only like 3 bracelets, but it's pretty nice. Prehistoric gold. Securitate Video Archive. Wow, this is really like record all the conversations here. So they didn't have like this stuff back in the day. Kind of like the first free newspaper coming about in the country. It's different times back then.
It's like awful what they do to people. Some like art. So like old Romanian was written in Cyrillic alphabet, which is similar to what like the Russians and Ukrainians use today, Bulgarians. Army used like the French style helmets in like World War I and World War II. Some old coins. So this is a replica Trajan's column from Rome. Basically marked all of like the emperor's victories and expansion of the empire. But it's like kind of crazy that they have like, they're building like a replica here when you had one. It's just like all the Roman stuff maybe. Yeah. So you can see where all the different Roman sites were. So like the Greek and Roman period. It's crazy to think that some of the stuff's like buried out there. If you're like a farmer or something, you could just come across some statues or something. I don't know. Yeah, it's just a ton. I mean, if you ever get a chance to go to Rome, you'll be able to see this column in person. I guess here it's kind of cool because they deconstructed it and you could actually get up close and see each panel, whereas in Rome you have to like crane your neck up, you know, and try to spot it from a distance. Here's some items from the 16th and 17th century. Let's see what it looks like. It's so interesting, the different writing style here. Yeah, it's Cyrillic, old Cyrillic. Just think about like the effort they took to write all this stuff out, carve it into the stone back in the day. It's pretty incredible. All right, here's a panel from the mock Trajan's column. Cavalry crossing over the bridge. Yeah, so it's like crazy. All right, here it is. You can see right here the copia. So it's the copy. So it must have been like cool looking back when they first built it. It was like really colorful. Yeah, sorry, it's all written in Romanian. Oh, this little bit you could read in English, I guess, if you're interested. You could stop and read this stuff if you're interested. All right, here's some more of the gold. It wasn't just the bracelets. It was all the gold they were advertising outside. Yeah, here's some jewelry. It's like a lot of gold. Here's some coins too, some silver and gold coins. These like from Roman times. Look at that. I don't know if you can see it. Zoom in a little bit more. Oh wow. It's a tunnel now.
lot of money. These silver ones look cool. It's like Roman coins. Look at that helmet. It's pretty thin though. It's kind of like, oh, it looks like gold tinfoil wrapping or something. Must have been weird to wear, or something like that. Oh wow. I just think people must have smaller heads back then. So the people during Roman times would wear these bracelets. Oh, they have like snake heads on them. That's pretty cool. Oh, here's the crown. That's pretty sick. I kind of like the medieval crowns. Those are pretty cool. Here's the Roman gospel or Romanian gospel book. That's, wow, that's crazy. This is cool. Man, imagine having that headdress. That is incredible. How do you wear that? Something like missing a hand or something. Oh wow. So this is during like the Kingdom of Romania, when all the different regions were united for the first time. Dude, just like imagine like having to wear this stuff when it's hot out. That'd be horrible. So this is how they used to measure the progress of the country. So they like would measure all the different things here, like the amount of people, the amount of animals, fish caught per year. And it just like grows every 5 years. They'll do like a new measurement, the amount of stuff coming into port. But yeah, look at the trade was pretty low, and then all of a sudden, like 1905, boom, and just yeah, it's crazy. It just shows like how much railroads there were, fish caught, animals, grain, farmland. Man, you gotta love those hats. Look at this guy, Jean-Baptiste Vermont. So here's some like magazine covers and newspaper covers from World War II, whenever the Romanians were allied with the Nazis. So yeah, it's all the newspapers and stuff. Dark times. It's kind of crazy how small cars were back then. What year was this thing built? Twin cylinder. So 1900 it says. So tiny. All right, so I just left the museum. It was cool. There's some interesting things, you know. Kind of wish I could have went to the other place, but you know, a massive palace, that would have been pretty cool. But this was cool. I got to see like some of the gold they have left in the country, because I think with all the government changes and tumultuous history, like between the world wars and communist era and modern times, it's just they haven't had a lot of stability in this country until recently. So yeah, just to have a little bit of your past intact is good. All right, so I'm gonna take bus 123 back home and see if it sounds right. I am on the bus now, heading back to the hostel. Parliament Palace over there. Alright, so I'm wrapping it up for today. I'm almost at my hostel, so yeah, today I just did a walking tour of the city. I got to learn a little bit about the history of by looking at all the buildings in the central part of Bucharest. And then after that, I tried to go to the House of Parliament, and I learned that you have to make reservations ahead of time, and there's specific tours. You can't just kind of like check it out. It's like a massive structure, so you need to be on like a guided tour, preferably in your language. So try to get the English one, so make an appointment ahead of time. But then I was able to go to the History Museum after that, and that was cool. Got to see all the gold and stuff, and all the historical exhibits, and all like the fake Roman Trajan column, a copy of it, like in bits and pieces, which is kind of interesting. It's a lot of effort they went through to copy it seems like. But overall, it was a good day. It was super warm today for sure. But yeah, Bucharest is a nice, pleasant city. I definitely would recommend visiting this place. You know, it's definitely budget friendly and it's not as walkable of other places, but there's different transport options here. So I definitely would recommend coming here. Well, if you've been liking my videos, you reached this point, please like, share, subscribe. I mean, you already made it to the end of the video, so I assume that you enjoy this stuff. So thank you. I really appreciate your support.